Hey guys, happy Friday. All right. I want to give some background story before we get started with today's live. Normally I'm in the studio and I am teaching you how to use a finish, but y'all are so precious. You were with Jean and I when we went to New Orleans, and I thought, when you see me buy things, I want to take you all the way through and show you kind of the thought process behind it. And hey, Zoe. Um, and let you see what's kind of the thought process more from a design standpoint too, so that way you can learn this information and be empowered and do that in your own home. So it's like a lot of us, when we start having to make decisions about our own home, we get scared. And so when you can get examples and you can see what it is and what it will look like, it makes it that much more exciting. So, background story: we were in New Orleans. I was looking for a chandelier. That was part of the reason for the trip. And along the way, y'all went with me to the bank. Anybody watching? Do y'all remember? You went with me to the bank. The bank is the place that had the old doors. And what did I find? Lo and behold, do you remember in the Home Depot bucket? I found these brass knobs. So I was like, I have been wanting to paint the doors black at the house. Now I'll just give you background. All of our house is pretty much white. We do Venetian plaster on the walls, but I am now going through the process of designing murals and wallpapers and paint. There's so many things that we're going to be launching at Amy Howard at Home. I can't tell you today, but you're going to love it. And because I really want to help you decorate your house. I love teaching you finishes, but I want to be able to show you how to be able to transfer those finishes and things that I'm showing you into your home. So I am going to turn my camera around. I want to show you, I'm in my bedroom. Oh, and here's something else that I want you to know. There's a lot of us, we have this mentality of quick. It's all about quick. We go to different places, whether, and I'm not cutting anybody, I don't want y'all to think that, but let's just say, let's use this as an analogy. Rooms to go, or IKEA. I'm an IKEA girl. I like going there and getting things, but here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to think that you've got to go in and get your house decorated like that. I have been living in this house for months and I am just now getting to the point in living here. Somebody else shout out and say, I feel the same way. And where I know and I see what each room needs to look like. And so it's this gradual project. Jean Howard and I will be in projects for months and months because I want to get a good deal as I go along the way. And I'm not going to buy something if I know it's not going to work, because I usually am a thrifter and I like getting things that have character and a lot of personality. So I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to see if I can do this right. As you pop on here, say, hey, tell me where you're tuning in from. And be sure, go to the link. You'll see today there's a code. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, you can take advantage of the code and buy the product that I'm showing you today, 20% off. So it's in the link that will give you access to that, and it will show up when you actually check out. I want to see the comments. Hey, Lori. Yes, it does. It takes years to get that way, but it's a lot of fun along the way. So I want to show you, I'm in my bedroom. I'm going to see if I can turn this around. So, hey, oh, here's the other deal. Um, Save this video, share it, go to your social media, share this video, tag some good friends that you know love crafting a beautiful life too. And your name will go in for a drawing. And we're going to be giving away the black lacquer and a brush to the lucky winner. I'll be announcing it Monday afternoon of next week. But that way you might be able to have a chance to be able to win this lacquer. But the deal is, it's about sharing is caring. So, all right, let me try this. I want to make sure that I do this right to turn this around. So that way, hang with me. All right, so I want to turn this to is it back camera? All right, hold on. Back camera. All right, so here we go. I'm going to take you through. Now, my room, this is a room in progress. Y'all are with me, right? Do y'all remember when Jean and I found this? At Don Scott in Atlanta. I shared that with a lot of you, what we had done. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I'm taking you through and I'm giving you a picture of what the room is going to look like. And it's very eclectic. Look at this. Like, When I say it's kind of a hodgepodge, but it's my happy hodgepodge. I think it's happy. Now, there's something that I wanted you to see. Look, do y'all remember these little tables that I found? And I got a pair for $150. Do y'all remember? So setting little tables like this beside a chair and creating a moment. Have you ever heard that? When you have your nightstands or you have little side tables or you have a chest, you want to create moments. And so I don't know if y'all have been familiar with my sister company, a maker studio, but I have been really having so much fun making my own candles with essential oils. And so I think black wax, black flowers, and a black container is so chic because I like using black. It's always a great accent. So I love fresh flowers. I go to the farmer's market and the grocery store, and then I even cut a lot of my flowers from my backyard. So that's a little moment. It's setting up for what I'm going to show you. I'm like, can I see the comments? I can't when I'm in the back camera, can I? Click the X. But will the X allow me to continue to go around with the back camera?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's see this because I want to see your comments. Jody, you love hodgepodge? Okay, all right. Oh, you remember, y'all are the best. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Here we go. So this is the vanity. Ta-da! Look. Do you like it? I want to see your comments. So many people talk about, Amy, I just can't visualize painting my doors black. I'm going to show you the before. I don't know how to do that. All right, so I'm gonna, hold on, put it in the comments. I wanna know what y'all think. So I'm gonna post the before. I've got a video of going all the way through it, but I'm gonna have Jean show you how to do this. So this is my bathroom. This is where the chandelier is gonna go. It's an antique. I wanted to bring in the elements of something old into this new construction house. And so the antique chandelier will go here. And then I've designed a mural that I'm going to show you in just a second that's going to go on this wall. But look at that knob. Do y'all remember? Look at that knob. That sweet knob to me, here's the difference. By having a really high gloss lacquered black door in your interior. Now, I'm going to be doing black doors all through my house. Jean Howard is not happy about that, only because, look, you have to see because of the labor, but the look, it makes such a difference. So this was the hardware that we got at the bank, and these were such a steal. And you think for $30, I think it was actually less than that when I wound up buying all of them, but you think, okay, so $24, $25, that it's like, I love that you said that, Patricia. It's like jewelry. This is like jewelry. So we can very inexpensively, if you think about a can of paint, it's going to cover 130 square feet. You've got an opportunity. One door like this, as a rule, if it's an 8-foot door, is 21 square feet. So you can do the math as far as how many quarts you're going to need. And just, I would say, have a goal and say, okay, I'm going to paint 2 doors on the weekend. It takes about 45 minutes to paint this door from start to finish. And it gives you an idea to me as far as the look. So now I want to show you, I want to turn this on so you can see. As far as the vision, what I'm doing in my bathroom, this is going to be the mural. Can you see this? It's a chinoiserie mural. It's kind of a tone on tone taupe that is going with my vanities and the floors. So we've hand painted this. And this is going to be going, that mural is going to be going on this wall and all the other ones. So now you see how that black door and that mural is all going to be pulled in together quite nicely. And here I wanted to show you, this is the chandelier that's going above the tub. So are you starting to get the visual picture? Um, okay, Jean, Rita said, I'm seeing lots of weekends.
Hopefully they start today.
All right, so talk to us. We've got this light behind you, and I'm sorry, guys, I'm just trying to make sure that there's enough light over here because I want to walk through this. Somebody sees the transformation of the before and after. They see how I mean, there's nothing wrong with these doors. But now I'm going to glance over here again. I want you to see the difference. This was the color it was before. It's just what I don't want to offend anybody, but is it just kind of builder bobbish?
Well, they're just keeping a monochromatic scheme where the black door is, in, Europe, you see that so much that it pops out, it really stands out, it makes a difference.
So this was the before, just looking. See the transformation? Really, to me, I think the black doors pull out the taupe a lot more. I think it pulls out some of the graining and the marble, but it just pops. So you think a very inexpensive way of decorating to be able to make your doors go black in your home is, I think it's stunning. It does look very European. It looks very Parisian, and it's that gloss. You don't want to have a black door without a high gloss like this. That is a very, in English, the English did that too. So walk us through really quickly as far as what somebody needs to do from a process.
Yeah, well, first of all, and there's so many different ways to do this. You can take the door down, put it on lay it down on a pair of sawhorses or something to get it up off the ground. And you can brush it or you can roll it. If you roll it, you see we've got a recessed panel with this little angle trim in here that will, if we're going to roll it, we've got to brush, we'll have to cut in to do this, so then we can roll that and that, the flat spots. You can also take it outside or create a giant spray booth with drop cloths and plastic everywhere, and you can spray it. You can also use a sprayer. Of course, that's the fastest way to do it, and you'll get the smoothest result.
Can I ask you a question about the sprayer?
Mhm.
What kind of sprayer would you tell everybody to use?
The hardware stores are selling those plug-in sprayers. They've got the plastic paint container along the bottom, screws in and sprays. It's just an HVLP sprayer. But you don't want to get a cheap one. These cheap ones don't put out enough air to really atomize the spray. And so it's really spitting it more than it's spraying it. So if you usually want to get in that, it's going to be in that $100+ range.
Okay, that's a
For
good
a
word.
decent sprayer, and they can go on up even more. The tip is important. You have to have I think it's a 0.07 to a 0.013, or no, excuse me, 0.011 to a 0.013 tip to spray this with.
Okay.
And so you can do it that way too. But, if you don't have that, and, for us where we live, space is a premium. We don't have that. So I'm leaving them on the hinges, and I'm going to trim out with my brush, and then I'm going to roll.
All right. So let's do it.
Okay. Just so happen to have my handy dandy brush. And I always start at the top and work way down.
So guys, we're working with the LuxeLacquer. The doors, we're going to be painting all the doors in our house, the Kensington Black LuxeLacquer.
Now, one of the things you want to know about this is that you don't want to put it on heavy. It is not about trying to get it done in one coat. It's going to take at least 2 coats, maybe 3. And if you put too much on here, what's going to happen? It's going to start sagging.
So how do we know if we're putting on too much or too little?
Well, if you're trying to cover this in one coat, that's going to be too much.
So it's okay if some of the white or the cream from the door is showing through on this first coat. We don't need to stress and try to get solid coverage. So that is kind of streaky, and that's okay.
It's okay, because the second coat is what's gonna.
You're pressing kind of hard. Is there a reason for that?
Well, another reason is you want to spread this out. You don't
Kind of
want it to
thin.
you don't want it to be too thick because it's gonna show up on when you roll it.
Gotcha. Guys, as you pop on here, please tell us hello. Tell us where you're tuning in from. We are coming to you live from our master bathroom. And Gene Howard is doing a project for me. He knows that I love black doors. It's been a situation to where we moved into a new construction house. And if you see, there were these taupe doors with just kind of creamy white walls. And we want to add an element of kind of a European flair. We've traveled a lot. We've seen a lot of when we would stay in Paris, when we went to London. It's very European to have black doors. And if you really, if you have a newer home, or even if you have an older home, but if you have a newer home, we've got to work hard to be very intentional about creating things that really set it apart. And one of the ways that you can do that is by painting your doors this Kensington black, LuxeLacquer. You don't want to have black doors without a gloss. That's really not it's not taking it to the feel of the European. I want to turn around. I'm going to show you again. Here's the door that we painted black. Those of you that are just now popping on. This is the door that we painted black and added the hardware that I got in New Orleans. And it really has made a huge difference in just the feel of the room and how it goes with the vanity and everything else. So being able to have this now to where we're painting it, there is a process and in doing it right, would you say?
Yeah, again, you don't, I can't express enough to not get too much.
Don't put it on too heavy
Yeah.
on this first coat.
Yes.
All right, so now can you show us as far as the rolling process? So if those of you that are watching at home,
Let me finish this trim.
okay.
It won't take but a second. It'll make it a lot easier.
Guys, as you pop on here, please be sure and say, hey, tell me where you're tuning in from and ask me questions. Oh no, Kensington Black is showing out of stock. Okay, let's check on that because it's not out of stock. T, can you call the office and just make sure that they know to check? So guys, it is in stock. Let me just check. And that way we'll make sure that it's live for you because I want you to take advantage of the discount today. Don't forget to use the code that we've provided for you to be able to take advantage of getting the 20% discount on the lacquer today. I love the fact that we've got these comments so that way I can see people and what they're asking. You can ask a question and Jean and I, it may be technical or it may even be a design question and we will go back in and answer those later. I know when you go into model homes, that's funny that you say that. We are getting ready to, now here's the difference. This is really great. I'm glad we're talking about this from a design standpoint. We are getting ready to paint and I'll walk over here while you're painting. Can I show them something? All right, so we're getting ready to paint the insides of the window black, I'll walk you over here. So nothing else but the framework. So just this, and we'll stop here. That is going to be black. We're going to use the black one step to do that. Really makes a huge difference. It really sets it apart. But you'll notice the other thing, if you have a door, I do not have trim around the door. Don't paint the trim. You're not going to paint anything but just the door itself.
Just kind of get a little bit of that.
Thinning it out. Again, please guys, don't push it to where, you are trying to get full coverage on this first coat. It may be streaky. Let's go in here. It may be streaky. You may see how you're seeing some of that original color through? Look at this, even here. Don't let that bother you. Can I get that over here so you can kind of see it? We're not trying to get 100% coverage on this first coat on our door. We're more concerned with it going on smooth and that it doesn't sag. And so let's just get it on like Jean was saying, because the rest is going to be covered on our second coat. All right, so now you're just going to take this and pour it into a little pan.
So I've got a little microfiber roller. You want to use the store only had a 3/8 snap, which is really too thick. You want about a 1/4 inch or even less is available. Notice I'm just getting enough on my brush. I don't want to load this roller brush up or roller cover up too much.
So be really careful about how much you put on. Okay, good to know.
And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna spread that out. You want to make sure when you're painting with the brush to really roll the paint out of here.
But again, don't try to go too heavy that we're not seeing that sheerness through. Because can y'all see that? You can kind of see the color through on this first coat. Please don't feel that you've got to get all the coverage the first time. Put it on thinner, as Gina's saying, and we're going to get the full coverage on the second coat. So do you feel confident if they don't take the doors down, that they can paint these like this, like we have, and they're going to have a good process?
Yes. Like I said, ultimately the best is to spray it. That's what your professional painters are gonna do. They're gonna take them, they're gonna set up in the garage and have a place to spray it and then, um, be able to.
Okay, so Patricia's asking, and this is a really good question. So I want to see if I can get that. Let me get in front of you just a little bit. I'm sorry. I want him to see. So this first coat is going to look like this. We're not trying to get 100% coverage. I'm going to see some of that original color underneath. And she's asking about a foam roller. Can you address that?
So a foam roller, and you would think, okay, that's gonna give me the smoothest finish. Only problem with the foam roller is it can create bubbles. And then you'll have all these little tiny pop marks in your paint from the bubbles because of the foam roller.
And when you're working with a really high gloss lacquer like this is a very high gloss. It has a 96% plus as far as a gloss. And so it's going to be a very, very high sheen, which is part of the beauty of the LuxeLacquer on these doors. But the foam roller is going to leave little bubbles. So it's really best to work with the roller that Jean's got. Can you tell everybody again what kind of roller they need to work with?
Yeah, this is a microfiber, and I'm using a little 4 inch on this because when I start doing the door frame, I'm gonna need something, smaller instead of bigger, so I'm using the 4 inch. And another reason you want to keep this thin too is that if it goes too thick, what's going to happen is the paint's going to sag.
Right.
Because we're working on a vertical surface.
Okay, so there's another question. If you use a sprayer to put this Lux Lacquer on our doors, do we still do 2 coats? Can you talk to us about spraying?
Same thing with spraying. You don't want to build it up in one coat. You want to do at least 2 coats when you spray. You just want to get coverage on the first coat and then let the second coat.
Let the second coat do the beauty.
Be the finish.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake we all make when we're painting. We want to get all this coverage on the first time. And this is really more about having a beautiful finish. So you notice Gene trimmed it in first. He's going to work on doing the center panel first. We just have 2-panel doors. If you have a 6-panel door or an 8-panel door, trim the panel, paint the inside of the panel. Now, if you have, they're called lights. If you have an 8-light door, and it really wouldn't allow you to be able to roll it, you could brush on the whole thing. Now, I will tell you, I think I like working with the LuxeLacquer with my brush. Can you talk to everybody, Jean, about thinning it or doing flow talk, how it affects the LuxeLacquer?
Yes, when we use the flow trawl with it, we found that the flow trawl actually acted as a flattening agent, and it lowered the sheen.
So you don't want to thin this per se. It's really best because it is going to be working with mineral spirits. It is an enamel. And here's the other thing that a lot of people really don't realize. When I felt this door, like when I feel this door of this paint, it feels like paint. I mean, there's really nothing very special to it. But when I came over to this door and it was finished, it has so much, I want you to be able to see that. It feels very protected. Of course, I can use this indoor and outdoor. I can use this on my front door, and it also has a help me, Jean. What is it called when you've got the UV protectant? Has a UV protectant in it. So those of you that are wondering, could I paint my front door? Absolutely. This will hold up in sun, in winter, in weather. It has specialty properties in it. You're going to see what I'm talking about when you get that second coat on. It is truly like it's been enveloped with a really heavy duty coating. It's not like another paint that you've normally seen. The quality of this is absolutely perfection. But look at that. I love that you said that, Patricia, as far as being able to see this gorgeous high gloss door with those knobs that we got in New Orleans. So I need to come back over here and check on Jean. Any last words that you want everybody to know as far as in painting their doors?
Well, just be patient. Again, you just have to know that this isn't a one and done. You've got to keep it light. You want to get uniform as far as covered. You've got everything painted. You just want to make sure that like here we got a little fuzz.
So that's okay to do that?
Yeah. See, and then I'll just go back over it very lightly. And then we'll just keep working.
Thank you for your help in this. Thank you. That means a lot to me.
I know. Well, we're gonna paint another door.
All right, so, all right, let me see. I need to go back. Hold on, because I need to go back to settings. I'm going to go back to my camera and hold on just a second. And then I'm going to go to my front camera so that way I can see you again. Isn't this exciting? I am excited to share my home with you. I'm excited to let you see the thought process that goes behind this. And truly, let's take the concept of finding things. Take your time. Decorating your house is not going to happen like this. It's a process. And that way everything kind of becomes a project. You're going to have that much more fun with it. You're going to be that much prouder of it. But I will tell you this, painting your doors black, like my new black door, painting your doors black is one of the least expensive things you can do to elevate your home to where it truly looks like it's more expensive. Already that color and that gorgeous gloss. And then that way, if you want to be able to add some hardware later, you can, but it's just going to make it feel European, like you're in a Paris apartment or that we've just stopped off in Kensington in London. It is going to take it from ordinary to extraordinary. I can't wait to see what everybody does. We're going to make the world a more beautiful place by having gorgeous painted black doors inside our homes and even our front doors. So stay tuned on the progress. I can't wait to get this bathroom finished, but, and I'll do the reveal once we get the chandelier and the mural in. Mwah. Love you guys.